Job Seekers podcast, and there's also be a video version of it. And for those of you who are just watching along, I'm here at the NCDA, that's the National Career Development Association conference in San Diego. So I'm doing a bunch of these interviews, and it's going to be a series, multiple week series on the podcast. And I just want Dan to introduce yourself and tell me what you do.
Okay. I'm Dan Greenwood with Best Fit Career Finder. We have an assessment that produces a career report, and we've built an AI app that helps students figure out first who they want to be, then shows them careers for which they are well matched. They can talk to ChatGPT throughout the process, asking them about the jobs. ChatGPT helps them pull together their purpose and passion synthesis statements, and they narrow their careers, and then once they do that, ChatGPT creates an action plan for them as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. You have a pretty unique way AI works with the assessment. How does that work?
Yeah, so it does it after the fact. So the assessment is actually doesn't involve any AI. It's really in the exploration of who they are and the careers where AI is used to answer questions for students who may be doing this out in the wild without instruction and need some intelligence. It provides intelligence. I found that the answers from ChatGPT 4.0, which is the model we're using, are very much in line with the advice that I would give or the responses that I would give to questions that students have about careers and their values and so forth.
Right. Now, there's a dozen strength finder applications that people can use out there, right?
Yep.
There's MBTI, there's strengths finders, and of course people may want to use multiple strength finders, kind of software to use. To use yours though, yours kind of gamifies for them to explore their different options, because if it's sort of in the way of a if this then that kind of way. Did I gather that right?
No, up to a couple months ago, all the reports are very static. You get a report back that has a list of jobs, they have links to resources, and you're really left to your own devices to plow through those resources and discern what you need. Whereas AI is able to answer very specific questions that you have about specific jobs. The other thing that happens when you're interacting with our system is that the ChatGPT keeps track of everything that has happened before, so the more you interact with it, the more personal it gets. And the more information you give it, the better it's able to help you discern different things about different jobs. So the AI makes it very interactive and conversational. And then what you're talking about, the gamification, is where they have values. So the other thing I'll mention is that our assessment looks at values, interests, personality, and abilities. So it looks at all four of those domains, not just an interest inventory, not just a Myers-Briggs personality test, but it's all four of those together. Then your gamification is, hey, let's sort these values into priority order. Tell me what they mean, what you mean by able to make a difference, or wealth, or power, or prestige. So you're able to very much tailor it and prioritize it and sort and sift it. So that's where it's very interactive.
And I was intrigued by that because you know the MO of most job seekers. I shouldn't even say that. They want somebody to do everything for them, to tell them everything they need to know so they can just go out and get it. And it's just not that simple, because now life intersects with career, and what you've done in life could count towards your career and vice versa as well. So I think it's very important for people to have options to look at and different ways of thinking it. As architects just don't look at it from the top view, they look at it from the side, they go inside the walls to see what it's like, to see what the structure is. And that's the same way careers are supposed to be. But most people don't want to put in the work, but you're capturing their attention to go deeper in it as you go along. So I find that very intriguing.
Yeah, and I think AI has been a great addition to the options. Addition.
Remember that, addition.
I do think that it's best to sit down with an established career counselor who can really get to know you at a personal level, interact with you, figure out who you are, who you want to be, help you discern. So the gold standard is still absolutely working with a career counselor.
Yeah.
This new AI is a nice option if that's not available. But I agree with you too that it is a multifaceted, very complicated system of experiences and aspirations and interests and abilities. And it really takes stepping back and thinking, who am I? Who do I want to become? And then looking at career options. And there's no better thing to do than to do that with a trained career counselor.
Yeah, although career counselors, many times, they want you to do that extensive self-exploratory work before you come to them, because a lot of them don't really have I guess job seekers sometimes ask too much of the counselor. Say, tell me what I should do from the clouds and the skies, and it becomes this very nefarious thing that most people can't deal with. The job seeker becomes frustrated because somebody didn't tell them exactly what to do.
Yeah.
And yet the career counselor is a little frustrated because they didn't do the work beforehand to come with some kind of data. So this can be like the pre-work before they go.
Yeah.
And for some people, it may even give them the clarity that they need.
Yeah. So I do private career counseling as well. And what I have all of my clients do is take the assessment, and then we go through the assessment together. And I don't expect any homework because I do understand that people are busy, but it's a series of 2 2-hour meetings and then 1-hour meetings thereafter. And during that time, in the first 2 hours, we can get the self-exploration done, get to the purpose and passion synthesis statements. In the second 2 hours, we're looking at all the metrics. What is my Myers-Briggs? What is my Holland code and all that kind of stuff. And then we start looking at careers and indicating which ones are of interest, and then we narrow it down, and then I build an action plan with them. So it is a collaborative effort, and it's a process that has been very tried and true, and yields wonderful results. It's actually been written up in Career Development Quarterly in 2008 as a model that was 85% effective with a 95% approval rating. So
nice, very nice. Where people can find a sample of this product?
GreenwoodSystem.com is where I do the private counseling and where I train other counselors to use our process. And we have a number of special needs programs, residential treatment, and therapeutic programs, therapeutic boarding schools, and addiction and recovery. We work with those young adult programs to help students figure out what their path forward is from a career and perspective, educational perspective. That's the Greenwood system. And then what we're here doing at NCDA is purveying the Best Fit Career Finder, which is the adaptation of the Greenwood system for the college market.
Very good. And people should be encouraged to try this out. I really like my audience to go try this out because it gives you another option, another way to look at your careers. And some people, it stimulates more thoughts and may want to go try the product, or it may bring some clarity as to what they could do with their future. So thank you very much, Dan.
Absolutely. Yeah, my pleasure. All right. Mark, wonderful meeting you.
Yes,
Thank
good to
you,
meet
guys.
you.